everybody, and welcome to Leia's Lair. Here's our review of The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 5, The Pirate. We hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so let's get this discussion going. So after seeing him at the beginning of the season, Gorian Shard finally makes his return to attack Navarro after his pirates were quickly made work of in the first episodes of Mando.
Yeah, and I was wondering how he would come back and in what fashion. So, so it's cool to see that actually play out here with him coming back for so-called revenge, right?
Totally.
But not, it sets up the plot really well for this episode in the fact that, it leads Greef to requesting help from Carson Teva and the New Republic. So we see, we get to see that whole, he goes to the hierarchy, he's trying to be like, hey, we need to help them. They're like, too bad, not New Republic, so there's not much we can do. Yeah,
it's kind of sad. They're literally just getting, shot out of their planet by these, pirates, and they're like, well, sorry.
Yeah, and it's a brutal attack. They just bombard the planet.
Yeah, just, all the citizens who are just, living their best life.
Yeah.
But, what I actually thought was pretty cool is Zeb from Rebels makes his live action appearance, which was surprising for sure. I did not expect it to be him, but as soon as he started talking, I was like,
yeah,
it's Zeb.
Yeah, and I was it's pretty cool to see that. But at the same time, it's like, why isn't he jumping the gun to go help? But I guess he doesn't really. He's very a bigger fish to fry type thing.
Totally.
But yeah, so the help is obviously denied. But, this leads to Teva going to find the Mandalorians to let them know, hey, Greef and Navarro are under attack, so you might want to go help them.
How he finds the Mandalorians made me laugh.
Right, he's like, oh, hey, R5.
The little rat droid who just was like, yeah, we're here, come find us.
Yeah, so, and then this is an interesting turn, Mando's trying to ask for help from the Mandalorians, explains the story. Even Paz Vizsla is kind of he sounds like he's going to say no. But even he's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go help him.
He definitely gave a heartened speech about that made me think he was going to be we shouldn't help them, boo. But then he was like, you know what? You helped me with my son, so I'm going to help you now.
Yeah, with your high magistrate.
But also it's kind of nice because then they have the offer of all this land on Navarro that Mando said Greef offered him, so he would probably offer them, which is as a group of people who've been hiding for years.
Yeah, and that
nice.
it's interesting because that little bit of tidbit of information I didn't even really think was gonna be anything in the season. I was like, oh, he's just trying to offer him some spot to stay in Navarro. Maybe Mando will eventually retire and go there or whatever. But
totally.
But it's cool, yeah, the Mandalorian's back on Navarro. And that kind of sets it up for, a reason why they should go help, right? They don't gotta go hide. They can be heroes and everyone will be like, yeah, we want you here. You protected us. Mm-hmm. And that battle is just wild.
It's so gruesome. Yeah. They just go and shoot the pirates at point blank in the head.
Yeah. I love it. I love
Dark Star Wars. Here we go.
Yeah.
But I love it.
So. As soon as they had their attack plan, you just see the battle from above. They drop down. They attack. It's one of the better fights I've seen. One of the better battles I've seen in any of these.
I enjoyed it too. They made pretty quick work of the pirates.
Yeah,
which was pretty funny. The armor just goes in and beats them to death with her hammer.
I love it. I love that the armor doesn't use guns. It's just I'm gonna use my hammer,
right?
And just bash their heads in. It's wicked.
And that's the end of Gorian Shard. I mean, he's on his ship when it crashes into the side of the mountain and explodes into a bajillion pieces. So,
right. But we never see him die. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but who knows? I guess.
Right, you just see an escape pod just out in the distance.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Star Wars. You never see them physically die. Then you don't see their dead body after. You never know.
They could
we all
still
thought
be
Maul
alive.
was toast, and look how he's made his appearance.
True.
So, but yeah, no, I'm gonna give this one a 99.9% chance that he did not make it out of there because he was, it shows the fire, and that was a lot. So I'd be surprised. But who knows? Maybe his gangly stuff helps.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
beard.
it's like but except of water, it's like fire resistant.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they throw a plot twist in this one. At the end scene, it shows Teva finding, Gideon's transport ship.
Oof, yeah, this gave me the creeps. It reminds me of when they're doing probes in the ocean and they find sunken ships at the bottom of the sea.
Right. And of course, they're like, this is Gideon's ship. He's been freed. And then they see the Beskar, right? So they're like, okay, was he freed by Mandalorians? And this opens up so much to the storyline, especially in the sense that Bo-Katan is sent to go find more Mandalorians. So are we going to see these Mandalorians who helped Gideon, who are working for Gideon, and who are they?
Yeah. Right? Or is it just a ploy by Gideon to prevent all the Mandalorians from getting together and uniting and taking back Mandalore?
Right.
Maybe he placed the Beskar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't, and who knows who it could be.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? There, it could be anything. It could be a setup for the Mandalorians, like you said. It could be that Mandalorians are helping Gideon. We have no idea, but I really like that because it gives us something to look forward to, right? What's going to happen? Will we find the Mandalorians? Will they be working for Gideon or not?
Totally. Well, we do know that there are groups of Mandalorians who favor the Empire. There's no hiding that from Clone Wars, so yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it was indeed somebody. But what I also thought was interesting, too, going back to, Bo-Katan uniting the Mandalorians, is, we all know that the person to unite the Mandalorians is the one who carries the Darksaber. And she's not carrying the Darksaber, so it's at what point is there going to be some sort of, fight between Din Djarin and Bo-Katan, who seem to be pretty, good friends these days? When is that going to happen? Because, that's what the prophecy says, is the one who wields the Darksaber is the one who unites the Mandalorians. But the Armorer has placed this task on Bo-Katan, even though she's not the one with the Darksaber.
Yeah, so, and it makes a good point, too, right? Is, what's going to happen with that? Are they going to battle? Who's actually going to be leading Mandalore?
Totally.
And if I'm just gonna place a bet right now, and the whole the title is The Mandalorian, and I think they make you think it's about Mando, Din Djarin, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say the one who unites them is the Foundling Grogu. That's because it's unexpected. He is becoming a Mandalorian, and he seems like everything's revolving around him, right? He's what the show's been circling this whole time. Whether it's Gideon, whether it's the Mandalorians, whether everyone's involved around is this Foundling Grogu, soon to be full-fledged Mandalorian. So I don't know. I'm gonna place my money on Grogu being the one who unites it. I don't even think it's gonna be.
So what you're gonna say is Grogu's gonna betray Din Djarin and take the Darksaber and unite Mandalore.
All right, just stab him in the back. Nah. He's gonna, I don't know.
He can't give it to him. That's a curse. Why do you think the planet looks how it is?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm excited to see what happens, though. I'm excited to see that them actually retake Mandalore too, because that seems like it's part of this. I don't know if it's gonna be this season, or maybe it's going to be, something that's building up for the next season or what's happening. But, yeah, it's all stuff to look forward to, right? They keep teasing the Mythosaur, right? They keep bringing it up every episode. So they're building up for that.
Yeah, because it's so significant, right? I love the lore around Mandalore. The Mandalore, you know what I mean? It's so interesting. I feel like the planet has so much history, so...
Yeah.
I mean, we have, 3 episodes left, 6, 7, and 8, so hopefully we really start diving into, this part of the plot now, because this is what I've been waiting for since episode 2, so...
Since the season started.
Literally, so I can't wait to figure that out. Alrighty, so in terms of a rating, I'm going to give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed the episode, it was action-packed, I really enjoyed how they kind of brought together a bunch of different storylines that they've been teasing throughout the season into like one kind of culminating episode. Like I said, there was lots of action. I thought that, I don't know, the result was like a little cheesy, but like that's just me. We always have to have our happy ending, so yeah, anyway, I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what's next to come. I hope we get more of like the actual Mandalore plot coming into 6, 7, and 8, but we will see. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I thought the episode was great in terms of pacing, action. Like, I had literal goosebumps when the Mandalorians dropped into battle. And then just seeing them in action, it was so cool. Like, yeah. But also it was great in terms of plot progression. Like you said, like this is where all these storylines are coming together into one, right? They're dropping all these things. You don't know what they're for. And then now comes up, but then there's still some mystery there. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. 8 out of 10.
Nice. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of this episode of The Mandalorian? Let us know down below in the comment section. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos to come. We hope to see you all again in Leia's Lair.
You are not a Jedi yet.